Hey there, you've got rights. We defeated the British, now what? This is just a really quick review of what you read. There are just a few things I want to point out. This will be quick, and then you can move on to the next activity. Just a couple things I want to point out here. At the Constitutional Convention, some groups are going to form. This group, known as the Anti-Federalists, are people who don't really like the Constitution. They fear a strong central government. They want a list of citizens' rights to be included. They're afraid that the Constitution will violate people's rights, and they're threatening to stop the Constitution from becoming approved unless that list is added. And then you have the Federalists who insist that the Constitution alone is enough, and it's really impossible to list every single right that citizens should have. So those are the two groups that emerge from the Constitutional Convention and will ultimately end up morphing into political parties that we recognize today. Down here, I wanted to point out that they do end up adding a Bill of Rights, and you'll be learning more about that later in the week, which is the first 10 amendments to the Constitution. There are three main categories of rights that are in the Bill of Rights, and you can maybe think about what categories they fall into as we learn them later in the week. Some of them are individual freedoms. Some of them are protections against government abuse. And some of them are the rights of people who have been accused of a crime. So those are your basic categories, 1, 2, and 3. So we'll be learning more detail about that later in the week, but those are the main ideas that I wanted you to get from this reading, and now you can move on to the next activity. You'll actually be learning more detail about the Federalists and the Anti-Federalists, and maybe like how they went about their arguments and who fell into these categories.